All right. All right. So with that being said, welcome everybody to another Neirs Ambassadors Club event. My name is Loycent Gordon. I'm the owner of historic Neirs Tavern. And today it's been really crazy. It's the end of the month and there's been so many things going on. And think about it, right? This is the end of September and the whole entire month has been Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. And we're at the end of it and we want to finish it strong. And I think the best way to do that is with a strong advocate of this worthy cause. And that's also one of our own ambassador, Nancy Aquila. So what we want to do is first, let's just give you a quick rundown. What is the Neirs Ambassador Club? What are we doing? What is this all about? As you know, I took over Neirs Tavern because it was closed down. I thought that's a shame. That is really bad that something like this is going to close down. We'll lose forever. So I made it my passion, my interest, my deep mission to figure out how I could help. So I jumped in and somehow 12 years later, here we are. And come recently, we're going to be recognized and be placed on a street sign, Neirs Tavern Way. And it's just a really a good example to show you that if you have a passion for something or you're interested in something, you know, you don't have to just say what a shame. You can actually jump in and do something about it. You might not just take over a whole bar like I do, but you could do little things and little things. And so this is what we're about. The Neirs Ambassador Club is actually doing little things as best as we can of things that we care about. We care about everything, but there's one thing that you care about. And so we've done things such as the Neirs Autism Acceptance Month event just to raise awareness for that. And we also did a swim safety event by one of our members, Sean Slevin, who runs an incredible organization that's really helped prevent drowning in underserved communities and all communities alike. So we're proud to have her as a member doing really passionate work such as swim safety. We also did mental health awareness. So, you know, I'm so proud of this Ambassadors Club because this is all the things that I would do, but I'm only one person. And so this is an extension of the Neirs Tavern that we all know and love. But as a business, it's just hard to do everything. But now as a community, I always say community conquers all. And right now we are conquering this. And I have a special surprise. If you stay on to the end, I have a special, trust me, a very special surprise for Nancy and for a lot of people. So please tune in and let's get into the meat of it. Why we all are here today is a fireside chat with Nancy and talking about ovarian cancer awareness. Let me at least do this, which I think I might embarrass Nancy on this one. So Nancy has become a strong advocate of Neirs Tavern by doing the little things, contributing ideas, resources in the Neirs 200 group, sharing posts, and even just shopping on an online store, and just even volunteering and helping. She actually helped us get onto Q1043 Road to Recovery, and we won, and we were on the radio, broadcasting millions of people for 7 days straight because of her work. It didn't cost any money. It was just her saying, hey, you know what? I could do this one thing. And we got in there. And it's been an incredible, incredible journey working with her and being part of her, just her energy. And so we did. Neirs 200 group was formed and she became a leader in that. And obviously we made her a member of the week to recognize that. And as you know, Neirs Tavern had a hard road to try to recover last year, but she was there from the beginning, and she's here now. And we want to highlight her cause and her things that she also care about. And of course, here she is having a good old time wearing the Neirs Tavern sweater. I love it. And here she is again representing an outdoor dining where we couldn't eat inside. It's really amazing. I always say I'm the strongest advocate of Neirs Tavern, but Nancy definitely give me a run for my money. All right. And of course, let's get back to why we're actually here today. What's on her arm now, and you can see, is something that is really, really important. This is why we're here. And if you'll see behind her background and what she's wearing, it all signifies what her passion is and what we're going to highlight today and why I'm going to surprise her with something if you stay on to the end. With that being said, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and I'm gonna put her here because we're gonna have a little talk, a little chat. All right. So, Nancy, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me and joining us today and broadcasting to Neirs 200 group and the Facebook group. Everybody, if you're watching this, please share this. Please let everybody know that this is a worthy cause and you care about this as well. Share this broadcast, share the replay. It's all important. So, Nancy, let me ask you a question. Everybody wants to know, and I want to know as well. In a summary, tell me a little bit, tell me a little about who you are and how you even got involved in Neirs Tavern in the first place.
Okay, so one of my happiest moments was when I first got my dog, and I used to take her up to the dog run at Forest Park. Got me out of the house, let me meet people. I actually met someone who lived in Woodhaven, and a couple of people will go into Neirs Tavern for, I think it was that night, probably karaoke. And I said, sure, let's go. Of course, we didn't bring our dogs, but we did go up there and have some karaoke fun. And I started following Neirs and what Neirs was doing. And there were a lot of events, and started going to the events, met you, Loy, started hearing your story, and really just fell in love with the place. The food, the drinks are awesome, but the staff and the patrons, I even went to some events alone. The people there were just like, you're part of the family. It was like going to Cheers.
Yeah. Thank you. Right. And so that's how your journey started with Neirs Tavern. You felt the energy, you felt the mission,
Felt
and
the love.
right. And and I'm so glad that you did because that's what it's about. We're not easy to find. So you really have to understand why it's important to, hey, I'm gonna do the extra drive. I'm gonna do the extra circle around to try to find a spot, or I'm gonna come early to make sure I get a spot. So that's really cool, and I hope other people could start to remember why and how they got involved with Neirs Tavern as well. So my next question to you, you are passionate about obviously a lot of things, a number of things. I saw your recent activism on raising awareness about ovarian cancer and getting teal highlights in your hair and all
It's
that.
still there a little
It's
bit.
still there. Look at that. This is what I'm talking about. So now, can you tell us how your ovarian cancer activism journey, how has that been, and how and why it began? Give us a little bit about, why that is something that's really close to your heart.
Okay, so I am one of six children. There were three girls and three boys, very, very close siblings. Back in 2001, as we were all reeling from the events of 2001, my sister, older sister, I had two older sisters, the middle one, older than I, um, let us know that she had been diagnosed with ovarian cancer in stage 4 and needed an immediate hysterectomy. So that was the beginning of the journey that got me involved in the whole ovarian cancer awareness issue. Of course, there was, just dealing with her for the 4 years or 3 years that she stayed on with it. And she did pass away in 2004, which kind of made me look inside and look at life in a different way
Right.
and learn about ovarian cancer and what we all need to know about it,
Right.
sharing that message.
Right. And I could definitely see that you have, and you're doing it strongly enough where it allowed me to see, like, wow, she's really passionate about this, and I'm being aware. My mom also, on a personal note, had a hysterectomy, and there was other things happening, but being diagnosed with ovarian cancer, it's sometimes can feel like a death sentence, and we don't want that to be. And that's why I want to ask you one of the questions that I think is also important, if you know, or we can also look it up. But like what some symptoms have you learned? Have you heard about? Listen, we're not doctors, but we should
Right.
be able to be doctors of our own body in some sense, right? Some basic
Yes.
things, something is wrong, like I gotta, wait, I gotta check it out. Have you
Yes.
learned anything that maybe women should pay attention to like symptoms and things like that?
Yes. Symptoms are the key to awareness, and awareness is more my passion than even research or fundraising or anything, because women need to know these things before they get diagnosed in stage 4. Every cancer, as we know, the earlier detection, the better chance you have. So with ovarian cancer, it's a little bit difficult because symptoms are so common in so many things, and also common in women of a certain age, that we tend to ignore them. There's abdominal bloating. There is the feeling of being full, frequent urination. These are things that women, probably in their 40s, when my sister was diagnosed, 50s, feel like we have already anyway. It's just part of life.
Right.
So those are the things that they really need to look out for, and not the symptoms so much, but you really need to know your medical history. If you have family members, especially on your maternal side, women, um, that have had ovarian cancer, just like breast cancer and some of the others, you really need to know that, so that you go that extra mile, and really watching out for your symptoms. I did actually read
Yeah.
the other symptoms that I forgot about. Um, Something which is really throws you off is weight loss, which I thought was like,
Mm,
yeah, because you talk about the abdominal bloating,
right.
feeling full very quickly, but also that weight loss that you didn't intend. And of course, your changes in bowel movements and bowel habits, back pain, fatigue. Again, everything you could set aside as being, oh, I'm just old, I'm just tired, I'm just whatever.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We always want to make a logical excuse not to go to
Right,
the doctor.
right,
But these are the things that, you know what, if you're having a multiple symptoms like these, then, you should get checked out, and see if it's that or even anything else.
right.
But, this is what about, right? Listening to your body. So listen, I mean, everyone, she's laying out some things on a personal level. You don't have to be a doctor to know that your body's changing and something's happening that's not supposed to be. And this is exactly what Nancy is talking about, that we can actually start the process before you end up in the doctor's office figuring out, hey, wait a minute, I can't walk straight, or I'm just excessively bloating or whatever, right?
True.
Yeah. And so I'm really a big proponent to actually listening to your body as best as possible. And also, if you have other people around you, I think it's also important, because they could be a sounding board. Let me ask you something. How can, you know, you as a person or people out there support someone who actually says, hey, you know what? I've been diagnosed. I have ovarian cancer. Like, how
Yeah.
would you explain that to someone that has a friend, just like you had a family member that had it, how to support them?
Yeah. I mean, I think when it comes to supporting someone who is going through something like that, it's probably the same across the board. You want to be there for them in a way that they need you. Sometimes people will go over the top trying to do things for you that you really don't want or need. So I would kind of ask people to coax from the ill person, from the diagnosed person, what do you need from me? And maybe not shove it down their throat what you think they need. It's just a matter of being there for the person, and just letting them know that you're there for whatever, and just kind of remind them of, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Do you need anything? I'm running to the store. It's probably true across the board for anybody going through anything.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. And, unfortunately, sometimes, we might wait too long or something like that, and it's too late. And now we have someone that's maybe grieving from, a loss, such as that, right? And you feel terrible. I mean, is there someone that, or some way you would advise or give a story or something of how losing someone, how would you support someone that actually lost someone with this awful disease.
Yeah, I definitely would try once they get over that initial couple of phases of grieving where they're probably inconsolable. I would try to let them know that my way of dealing with it was doing this.
Mm,
And you always say about the small things. I felt it was small. I'm not a big advocate. I'm not out there raising money. I'm not out there, um, you know, working at the Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance as a fundraiser or volunteer or doing walks. A little piece of it is to make sure that other women know, um, this is what happened to my sister, and this is what happened in my life because of what happened to my sister. And I think that you could maybe get to that same stage of acceptance that I did with helping out other people. That's the bottom line when it comes to life, right? Doing things
yeah,
for others kind of gets you out of your head,
yeah.
feeling sorry for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly, I think you actually live that example that you just gave to others that might have lost someone to ovarian cancer or anything in a sense. It still rings true. It's the little things. It's the little things. A lot of times, one will be like, I'm going to take over your entire life so you don't have to do anything. Or I'm going to be the CEO of the Ovarian Cancer Society now. Like, it feels overwhelming and you kind of feel like, crippled because it's like, wait a minute, I can't do all of that. But it's the little things, and you've actually practiced that in a lot of parts of your life that I've seen so far, including just being an advocate in some respects of Neirs Tavern. Becoming not just a guest, a supporter, or a Neirs 200 volunteer, but now being only one of only like three Neirs platinum ambassadors that we don't have anymore. And I think it's important to show that you're a leader by example of doing the little things, whatever you can. Not don't do You can't do everything, but I could do this. And you're doing that, especially today. You're doing this little thing that hopefully, listen, we have thousands of people that follow us. Hopefully, a percentage of those will actually see that and it impact someone, right?
Yes, that's my biggest hope, that even if one person says, I kind of don't feel so great about my symptoms or how my body has changed, or I noticed my sister, you know, who was always, in fact, my sister who passed away from this disease was always, even though she struggled with her weight like I did, always had a flat stomach. So we noticed that her
Mm,
stomach got a little bit bigger. And again, oh, she's 44 or whatever it was, that's normal. If one person can say to another person, listen, I see you run into the bathroom a lot. A girlfriend can say that to a girlfriend.
right.
We can. And, or, you have a stomach ache again, or, you look a little bloated, and kind of push her. Why don't you just get that checked out? Mention it to your doctor. Doesn't even have to be a GYN. Mention it to your primary doctor. There's a simple blood test that can be done
Mm,
before you go the next step to look further, to at least screen for it. So I would hope that anyone seeing this or knowing about this or hearing me talk about it all the time, um, would be able to, follow that. And even if it's one person, I'd like it to be more, to follow
right.
like
Right.
one more
Well,
person.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure many will see it, and I'm gonna depend on the people that are watching this live or watching the replay to actually share this message to let people know that this is a worthy message. Neirs Tavern is not a place that just, listen, we have to sell burgers and beer, but I'm not here just for that. That's a vehicle to make change. So when people come in and eat and drink and do parties and events, a lot of that energy and all of that stuff actually end up back out in the community however I can. I mean, the first few years after we actually gained profitability, after that, a few years later, we were able to donate in total like over $50,000 to local organization, either directly fundraising for the local ambulance corps. They need a defibrillator, which was like a $5,000 thing. We did a whole fundraiser and raised it. We had like all these different things. So, this is about looking at the organizations and the business in the community that are using that energy and using that business as a vehicle for change in the community. This is why we're here, and this is why the Ambassador Club is so important, because now we have an arm that's really there dedicated to create these incredible community building events around a passion or something we care about. And so that's why we're here. And I'm glad that everybody that's been sharing this and watching this and understanding that and coming to Neirs is so important, just like Nancy has. It's actually helped us. It actually helped us last year with all the Neirs 200, who Nancy, of course, was Neirs 200 of the week, probably the month. It really was very powerful. And this is why we're here, because of people like her. That really reflects my values and the business values as well. So, with that being said, what are other organizations? Now, Neirs Tavern is doing what it can, but we still got to survive COVID and pandemic, and we're limited in staffing and all of this crazy stuff. But what other organization would you suggest to support, that people can support around this cause of yours?
Yeah, my big one, and it used to be called OCNA, and it's now called OCRA, Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance. And their website is okrahope.org. I can probably put it in the Facebook chat on this. They do a lot of events. They do a lot of awareness. They do a lot of support of, both people who have ovarian cancer and their loved ones. And they do a lot of research, which, is going to be the key, hopefully, to get rid of this and all cancers eventually. I will mention to you, though, there's one fun thing that people can do, and it's so easy and it doesn't cost you a dime. I don't know if anybody knows about it, but if you're an avid Amazon shopper, as I am, you don't have to go straight to Amazon.com. If you go to smile.amazon.com, you can name a charity. Okra is one of them, but tons of them. Name a charity, and then every time you make a qualified purchase, Amazon sends money to that charity. This is the easiest thing that people can do.
Wow. So can you mention the organization again and the website?
Yep.
And that thing about Amazon? I think that's important enough to repeat.
Yeah. So the ovarian cancer is Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance, and their website is ocrahope.org. And then Amazon, just put smile in front of it, smile.amazon.com. We'll ask you to select a charity, and it's as easy as that. You don't ever have to look at it again.
All right, so smile.amazon.com.
Right.
Okay, and the OCRA?
Yep, HOPE.
Oh, H?
HOPE. So it's Okra Hope, OCRAHOPE.org.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, got it. Guys, I'm gonna just put this on the screen. So for everyone that would like to, like me, I'm very visual. You have an opportunity to see it one more time. And so this is the advice. This is the places Nancy suggests that you go to, and help support this great cause, this great passion that she has for good reason. So please do that. And I think this is part of the start of this helping change this narrative. And for that, I'm gonna actually throw it here so you can see what she said. Hopefully everybody can see that. So smile.amazon.com, and the other organization and then look up, right? Look up what do you do after that? Okra?
If you want to support the Okra without having to actually send them any money, you can find Okra among the charities on smile.amazon.com.
Beautiful. Easy, easy. You go
Easy.
there anyway, right? You go
Right.
there anyway. Go to smile.amazon.com and look up Okra. And this is where you can just start shopping and it generates money towards this great organization. Or, like she also says, you could go to okrahope.org and as well directly, you can also help and find out how to help there as well. Does that make sense? Did I say it correctly?
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. Awesome. Good. Um, so, this has been a really fun conversation and also a deep conversation about such an important cause. We're definitely having this recorded so that we could put it on our YouTube channel, that where it would live forever, including those organizations that I'm going to just kind of leave it up here just in case, including those organizations and those places that Nancy suggests that you go to so others can see it and for until Amazon, YouTube goes out of business, can see it and know where to go to support such a great cause that she has. So smile.amazon.com, look up Okra, and also go to okrahope.org, and that's the place. So before I get into the surprise, I just want to see if Nancy has any extra words here.
I will tell you, it's just funny. I don't know if you heard me mention my sister's name was Mary Jo. And the picture you showed where I painted the the teal ribbon, the woman behind me was her really, really good friend, Lori. So, and
Oh, Lori, yes. I've seen her with you a lot.
yes, I know. So I thought that was kind of nice that she was in the shot.
Yeah, isn't that great? It's perfect. Listen, it's divine. Love it, love it. This is really, really great. And look at that serendipity, divinity, whatever you want to call it. It's all coming together and for a great reason. And there's a reason why we're all here. And I love doing this. I love doing this. I love having Neirs Tavern allow me to use Neirs Tavern as a vehicle to help other people as best as possible. And I thank people that's coming to Neirs Tavern so that we can stay sustainable, so we can continue doing this great work. It's very, very important to me that we do that. So with that being said, obviously we have our organizations to go to, but this weekend, we're gonna have a Neirs Tavern Way unveiling, right? Unveiling for Neirs Tavern Way. So basically that means that they're gonna co-name the street after historic Neirs Tavern after 191 years in business. Will finally be recognized and we're literally gonna be on the map now. I can't find Neirs Tavern, just Neirs Tavern Way, like, you know. And so I'm so glad to all our partners and all supporters and everyone that have ever come to Neirs Tavern to support it to get to this spot, especially during the pandemic. And I wanted to create something special, t-shirts and this and that, but with everything going on, I couldn't do this big event like I really wanted to because I wanted everyone that wanted to be there to be there. So it kind of changed up drastically, and I hope maybe next year we can do a real blowout. But for now, we created something very small to commemorate this really, really historic moment. It's a historic moment. I don't know if you realize that.
Yes.
This is like actually a real historic moment. This is like the real deal. And so we're very proud, and all the Neirs ambassadors that's really stepped up, the Neirs 200, even original Neirs 190, I want to thank them. So we created this really customized Neirs Tavern Way Road to 200 silicone wristband. That's a collector's item. We only have a few of them. And what I decided to do for Nancy, who has been an incredible supporter of Neirs Tavern, is, not to just to, sell them and things like that and whatever, which we could do a whole bunch of things with them, but just use this limited edition Neirs Tavern Way Road to 200 silicone wristband as a way to raise money for this great organization she just mentioned. So everyone that we have bought, anyone that buys this, where all the proceeds will go to this organization, and she will actually do the honors. Hopefully we raise some good money and all of that will go to her. So we won't just be selling them like that. We're just only going to be using the funds to go to this great organization to help prevent the spread of ovarian cancer in women. So Nancy, this is our gift to you for
Thank
being
you.
such a crazy ambassador, and hopefully people buy them up. So how
I
do you
am.
get them? You can go to neirstavern.com/store. You can go there and you'll see them. You can buy one, you can buy two, you can buy three, you can buy five, or whatever you want. But all of the proceeds will definitely go to her organization. As we go along, we're going to be doing this big unveiling on Saturday. So we're going to actually reiterate it. And hopefully, Nancy, I'm going to give you a shout out if they allow me to speak, right? um, that's what we're doing. That sign and this wristband is going to be sold just for this ovarian cancer awareness. So this is my gift to you. Any words?
Yeah, no words. The words are thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know how to thank you for this forum, for your support, and for this wonderful thing. And I'm a big advocate of all the things that you have or we have already highlighted, but this really tops the cake, and I so appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're more than welcome. And
Thank you.
hopefully, after this pandemic, we'll be able to really do a lot more celebration. Thank you for being an advocate, just like me, crazy advocate of Neirs Tavern. And I appreciate it. So, with everyone that's watching this, please, one thing that you can do is actually share, get the word out. It doesn't hurt. Hopefully, your share might be the one that actually have someone go to the doctor and get themselves checked out. I did a big a cardiovascular screening event outside of Neirs Tavern. We had the 40-foot truck and we did the COVID testing. And I'm telling you this, the doctor came up with, I mean, world-renowned cardiologist. He does this volunteering work for no money. He leaves the St. Francis Hospital, which is the top cardiologist over there, to come out into neighborhood and do these free testing. And after the event, he told me he found it was just under 10 people, I forgot the exact amount, that was in immediate need of a cardiologist, or we don't know what day they might probably drop. And you ever heard of newspapers saying, oh, this person just mysteriously just had a heart attack? Well, these could be one of those people because they're just walking around, and he's like, listen, what I found, any day they could have dropped. Okay. And he found one other person that was like, it was so mission critical. He sent them to the hospital right away.
Wow.
So, doing these things and sharing this thing, it could be that one person that say, let me go get checked out and find out what could have been a stage four. Maybe it's a stage one or two, right? We
Right.
don't know, right?
Right.
So it's important. It doesn't cost anything, right? Some things doesn't cost anything to like and share certain things, but it really could make a priceless difference. So make sure you share that and share what we're doing here today. And if you're interested, please take part in this limited edition. There's only a few of them. Neirs Tavern Way, Road to 200, silicone wristbands that we made up that's customized. And everyone that we sell will go towards Nancy's Ovarian Cancer Awareness Organization. So this is a great thing for everyone. Everybody wins in this instance. And now, with that being said, I just want to make sure that you see this, and anybody that have any questions, you could do that. I think I haven't really been checking, but if you do have, wow, it looks like we got 5 orders already coming.
Yay.
Wow, thank you guys. I don't know who just did that, or maybe it's a bunch of people, but thank you. That's really nice. Wow, look at that. We have sales already coming in. I
Yay.
appreciate that. So I'm gonna see if we can monitor, the Facebook comments, and also I'm gonna see if I could release, um, so people can unmute. Actually, I have Ivy that jumped on to the live. Um, So if you have any questions, Ivy, it will allow you first to do that. You can turn on your camera and turn on, your microphone if you'd like, if you do have any questions, or if you want, you can. Oh, we got two more orders. It's coming in. It just it coming. Thank you, guys. Listen, this is really cool. Thank you very much. I'm getting pings on my phone here, like orders are coming in to raise money for ovarian cancer. Nancy, wow, you're doing a great job.
You put, hi, Laura
This is
and
a
Nancy.
really fun half an hour. Hi, Ivy. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Can you put on the screen those two organizations again? I just want to take a screenshot so I could post it.
Absolutely. Give me 2
Thank you,
seconds.
Ivy. You are awesome.
Yeah, that one, thanks.
Yeah, Ivy rocks. So I'm gonna go check on the Facebook page just in case, just to see if there's uh, any lingering comments. I know sometimes after the fact there will be people that see it after the fact, but it's important just to at least to make sure that we're not ignoring anyone. All right. Okay, wait, is this the same thing? Looks like 29 comments. All right. Maybe I should have had someone mention, like, kind of monitor the comments. All right. Thank you. Janet Winter from California sent 50 stars to Neirs Tavern page. Ina Anderson Henderson is on as well. I think being positive support rather than focusing too much on the illness is important. Positivity can heal. So I think that's where she's heading with that. Coming from our Facebook page right now, I'm reading some of the comments. Ina, that's a great words. She's also a star sender. They said headaches are also a symptom. Have you
Yeah.
also read that?
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
did not know that. Thank you.
Yeah, right. So you're having that constant headache, it's not going away. You're taking all of these things. Maybe you should also get checked out for ovarian cancer or whatever else. Just get checked out with your doctor,
Yes.
correct?
Let them know. Let the doctor know.
Right. Also in the chat on Facebook, someone put the website as well in the chat. So thank you, Ina, as well.
Thank you.
I have some Neirs 200 people here, which is also great. Thank you for that, Ina. She's also part of the history and preservation team and doing some great historical work for Neirs Tavern. And hopefully one day we'll do a whole get together with our really passionate history folks here. Sean Slevin said, great job, Nancy. Thanks for this info. Life-saving. Great job. This is good. Thank you, Nancy. Richard said, thank you, Nancy, for sharing your story and your passion. Wow. Someone said, go full screen. I think I'm a little too late. Kathleen said, well, I don't know, it's 830 stars. That's awesome.
I don't know what
That sounds like a lot. Woohoo, save one for me. Oh, so I guess they saw that. Well deserved, Nancy. Will they be available Saturday, or do we have to go to the website? No, you can actually. We if you go to Neirs and get them there, so there's two options. Just let me know. So listen to this. There's two options. You can go to website. You can have them shipped to you if you don't live locally, but you can also have a pickup option. So you can just say pickup, and so we'll have it waiting for you when next time you go to Neirs Tavern with your name on it. So you can have it go to the website and have it shipped to you, or just put pickup where it doesn't charge a shipping fee, and it goes right here waiting for you next time you come here. The other option is that we're gonna have to work something out at the event Saturday, because we still haven't set up that part of it and figure out how that's gonna work. But talk to us then, and then we'll see what happens at that point. So great question, William. I'm sure other people might have that same question as well. Also, I have Karen said, thank you, Nancy and Neirs, for hosting this. Very good. Kim says, yes, Nancy, you are so right. Awareness and early detection are key. You may be saving someone's life with this information. Heart. Wow, very good. Thank you, Nancy. Kirsten said, thank you, Nancy, for sharing this important information. Yes, cheers. Lorraine Rower sent 200 stars. John Butler. Frank. Say, I love you, sis. All right, beautiful. So a lot of great comments, good shares. A lot of people are sharing this message, and the whole goal is that yes, we can raise money, and this is a great limited edition silicone wristband that we customized. None of the money is going anywhere else but to this awareness campaign, this fundraising campaign. But at the same time, we have to share. We have to let people know because the priceless. People lives is priceless. So that's the idea. All right. I am gonna show some of Nancy's pictures one more time before we tune off. And there she is. There she is. There she is. I don't like that picture. And of course, the organization. All right. And this is where you go if you want to support this great organization. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I'm going to allow and I'm going to make sure Nancy, the star of the show, gets the last word right now. So start thinking. What can you tell people? So once you finish speaking, I'm just going to end it. I'm not going to say anything. You have the
Okay,
last word.
okay.
So 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
Thank you, Loy, and thank you, ambassadors and everyone who's watching. Get checked. Have your sisters and mothers and girlfriends and daughters checked. And see you Saturday.